I would not be one of those weirdo ladies who
Writing
was
letters?
sending letters to, what was it, Charles Manson? Everyone's like,
Any
he's
of them.
so
All of
hot. And
them.
I was like, I don't, his like mugshot is crazy looking.
Yeah, girl, he'd murder you. What are we
Yeah.
talking about here?
Welcome
Welcome to When Harry Dubs Sally.
I'm Tess Menzies.
I'm Natasha Vinnick.
This is a podcast where we watch a rom-com or a horror rom-com for October.
Spooky.
And we talk about the main relationship in the rom-com and how long the couple is going to stay together after the credits roll.
Yeah, if they break up and who breaks up with who and why.
Yeah, we're remote today.
Yes.
And we are in costume.
Yes.
Natasha's favorite.
I love being in costume for sure. Halloween's the best of the holidays.
Especially when you're remote and I can't just force one of my many costumes on you.
It's such a bummer. I had to come up with something and that's the worst. Ugh.
We've got a hippie and an elf today.
Which is perfect.
Yeah, and if you're not watching, you can just guess who's who.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we watched You're Killing Me.
Yeah.
From 2015. Not to be confused with a different one that's from
2023.
Yeah.
Neither of us have watched this before, I assume.
No.
This was a suggestion from my friend.
Yes, this is a suggestion. It is a horror rom-com in the sense that one of the main characters is a serial killer. I would put it
a lot.
Definitely more it's definitely more of a comedy than horror, but
way calm, very calm. But lots of blood and lots of stabbing.
Yeah, we got a serial killer.
Yeah.
The log line for this is a gay mixture of Dexter and Gilmore Girls, blending witty banter, pop culture reference, and good old-fashioned murder.
Wow, that's so funny. It's almost no plot. I feel like usually you get plot in the log line.
Yeah, they're just it's Dexter and Gilmore Girls. Which is, it's definitely like Dexter.
Yeah, I didn't get Gilmore Girls from it, but I guess.
So I've never seen Gilmore Girls, but I know that it's fast talking, and people were definitely, I was trying to take notes, and I was like, I can't take notes and follow this conversation.
It was actually pretty dense, so okay, they win, Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, but I definitely... So our main couple is George, played by Jeffrey Self, and Joe, played by Matthew McKelligan. And Joe is a serial killer, and it's major Dexter vibes, very no emotion whatsoever. I'll be honest, I hate this about myself, but I am so into that vibe.
I loved his vibe. His vibe 10 out of 10.
Michael C. Hall, I was so into.
Oh, yeah? He was Dexter Boy?
Yeah.
Not my type.
It's something about the, I don't know what it is, and watching this, I was like, I don't know what about this does it for me, but I like serial killers, I guess.
You're not alone. It's a big thing.
Yeah.
People love it.
So we've got, this couple. Oh, and George is a, wannabe influencer.
Yeah.
Or a YouTube celebrity.
More like a YouTube celebrity creator, yeah.
I liked this movie. It has lots of LA and LA comedy scene references that I found very funny. And so I think if you live in LA and you do sketch comedy in LA, it felt like a very specific subset of LA.
It was very niche. I loved it.
Yeah. And the movie doesn't have a Wikipedia. It's definitely lower budget, but not in a way that was bad.
No. It feels like the best movie your college friends would make.
Yes.
But, a level up from that.
Yeah, it was. I was like, all of these people definitely either took classes at Groundlings or UCB and then made this. I felt like there were a lot of Groundlings references in like almost a critical way that I thought was funny.
Hmm.
Almost like making fun of the like, we're just gonna do a big character. We're just gonna do a big character and put a wig on, but it's a different wig. It's a different wig, so it's a different character.
Yeah, I think there's one. I think Gretchen was like, "We did a wig last time."
Yeah. Like, no, it's a different wig, it's a different character.
So funny.
Okay. How they do end up together, George
Yeah.
and this serial killer Joe,
It was
which
so. It seemed so unlikely that I really thought it was going to be like our two sketch boys together.
yeah.
But yeah, our serial killer who is in jail
Yes, in the
at the
end he
end.
does go to jail and they are on like a Zoom or whatever we had in 2015.
Okay, so like I was trying to do some math here. I
Hmm.
think it takes like a while to get put in like jail.
Well, I was trying to figure out like is he in prison? Is it
It seemed
early?
prisony
Yeah.
because of the orange.
Right. So once you have the orange on, that means you've been
I think
sentenced?
like you've been like tried a bunch.
Hmm.
I guess it's at least 6 months
You
from
think
the
it's been
end.
6 months?
How long do you think it's been?
Wow. I feel like, I mean, I'm impressed by George if he really stuck by, although he's just a dumbass.
He is so
He's
dumb.
the stupidest. And it's like a very funny commentary on just like dumb LA people who are like
Yeah.
so vapid that they're just like not even
Whatever.
noticing that their boyfriend is a
A
serial killer.
murderer. Yeah.
I think that also it had very like believe people when they tell you what they are because Joe the entire time is like, I just killed my parents. And George was like, oh my God, you're
You're
so
so
funny.
crazy.
That's so crazy that you'd say that.
Yeah, I think it's like the danger of comedy too, where you're like, oh yeah, they're doing a bit. It's a
Yes.
bit. And then you're like,
Yeah.
I loved at one point when they're making out, he's like, hey, this bit's not funny.
Yeah. Like, it's not, I don't like the murder jokes anymore. He's like, oh, they're not jokes. He's
I'm
like,
okay.
literally stop joking. He's like, I'm not. He's like, oh my God, stop.
Let's kiss. I loved it.
So, okay, how
Okay.
long?
Well, how long did you think they were together?
I assumed it was sooner, but you're right. I don't know how long it would take for him to be tried.
I know this isn't like, I'm sure they weren't doing real life math, and I don't know
Right.
actually how long stuff takes. I just
I
feel
mean, I would
like
imagine
it's
a
not
murder
fast.
trial, and not just one murder, but multiple murders, many murders,
Yeah.
um, would
It's just
take.
like a divorce takes like years sometimes.
Yeah.
But that's
I
because
think
there's a
it
lot of
may
back and
depend on how.
forth.
But I think that if you are on trial for murder, you're not like at home.
Yeah.
Like they are keeping you in jail during that time, right? Like you're not just like allowed
Yeah.
out.
And jail, I'm an idiot. I don't know the difference between jail and prison. Prison's more
I
long term, right? And jail's
Yeah, I
more like
think
short term.
prison's longer, I think.
Can I do some Googling?
Yeah, yeah. Let's know our legal shit.
Theater or in jail or just prison? Orange uniforms are typically worn in jail for new inmates or those awaiting transport. Prisons usually do more neutral colors like tan or blue for the general population.
He's
So
still on trial.
he might be in jail. Okay, and then um, after you are sentenced, do you go to jail and not wear orange? This was useless, actually. It says, yes, after being sentenced, individuals typically go to jail or prison. That's not what I want. After being sentenced,
Difference?
an inmate goes to prison or a jail facility. Is there a difference between jail
Okay,
and prison?
jails are, I looked up difference between jail and prison. Jails are local short-term facilities run by counties or cities
Uh huh.
that house people awaiting trial, and those with sentences of 1 year or less. while prisons are state or federal long-term facilities for people convicted of felonies or sentenced to more than a year.
So he will be in one of those.
He could be right now in the jail, but he will certainly go to
He
prison.
will be in prison. So if he's in jail now, he could be at any point. It could be like a few weeks later, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
depending on how long the trial is. But these are important questions.
Yeah. So they could be together. This
All
could
right.
be a couple weeks later. This could be a couple months later.
Yeah.
And I'm down with whatever we think that is. And then let's do our 3, 2, 1. How long will they be together?
All right. Let's just do the 3, 2, 1 and see what we think.
Okay.
You ready?
It's just so hard.
It's so hard when George is so stupid.
George is so stupid, but also like there's risks to breaking up with this guy
Oh yeah.
unless he's definitely sentenced to life and cannot leave.
I just
But
think
even
it's like
then,
so likely that he would be.
but like sometimes there's like, oh, I behaved so well.
Yeah,
No?
true. But George is dumb. I don't think he's thinking about that.
Like he's not thinking about even the risk, you think? Of
Yeah.
like breaking up with him and getting killed?
I don't think so. I think he's a complete idiot.
He is. But also George is gonna want a bone. Does he lie?
Right. This is where okay, let's
So
do
okay.
okay. Well, oh my God, this is a hard one. Okay.
Here's the thing. Joe doesn't like sex.
No. But now they're in okay.
Okay.
Let's do our thing and then talk about this.
All right. All right.
Ready?
3,
Three,
2,
two,
1.
like
6
a
months.
month or maybe his entire sentence.
So life.
Okay, this one's so hard because George is 100% going to want to fuck other people.
Yes.
But I could see Joe, if he's having life in prison, I could see George continuing to be like his weird little prison pen pal.
Yes.
And they like chat and stuff because Joe is so like supportive of George. But then I could also see George getting like bored by that. But also Joe will just let George like ramble about his
Whole life and
shit
everything.
and not really get bored of him.
Yeah, I think George would be on board to be with Joe for a while. He will want to bone other people.
As long as he is able to have sex with other people.
And I don't think Joe minds that. I don't
I
know
don't
if he
think
tells
Joe
Joe
would
or
care
not.
about that, although he does have that jealousy moment.
He does have the Joe. That's true. Maybe he lies to Joe.
He
I don't know
could
if he's
easily
comfortable
lie.
lying.
If you got life in prison, you could cheat on that person all you want.
I just don't know how comfortable he'd be with that. Or if he
George?
feels too guilty. Yeah, I feel like George could be like feeling guilty and have to tell him at some point for no reason.
Yeah.
Because George is just dumb.
Yeah.
But I do think it could last a while unless George, one of the people he's boning, develops emotionally. You know what I mean? Like, if
Yeah.
that happens, he's going to be very bored of Joe.
And I don't think that George is like I'll just fuck around and never have a boyfriend for the rest of my life kind of person. And so
If he
I
gets
think
enough attention, it'll be exciting for him.
yes, if he meets somebody else and then that person's going to be like, what, you still talk to your ex in prison? Like,
Murdering ex.
your serial killer ex?
Yeah. So I think it would last until he gets a new kind of boyfriend type.
I think that's a good idea. Okay, I like 6 months for that then. I
Yeah.
like that.
I'm game with 3 to 6 months. I do think there's like something still like novel, sexy, cool about like my boyfriend's in prison
Yes, I think George,
that George loves.
yes,
Uh-huh. The same way some people love serial killers, you know?
exactly. I
Yeah.
mean, like George.
Like George. Yeah, so
I
I'm
don't
game
like
with
real serial killers. I would not be one of those weirdo ladies who
writing
was
letters.
sending letters to, what was it, Charles Manson? Everyone's like,
Any
he's
of them,
so
all of
hot, and I
them.
was like, I don't. His like mugshot is crazy looking.
Yeah, girl, he'd murder you. What are we
Yeah.
talking about here?
But I feel like when they're played in a show, they're usually played by someone hot,
Yes.
and they're selling out this just like very emotionless like vibe that I'm like, all right.
Emotionless and like it depends on who's doing what the vibe is, but I love like incredibly honest. You're like, yeah,
Yes.
thank
There's
you.
something about that they're just like, I'm literally incapable of lying. I'm like, okay.
Yes. Nom, 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 nom. Okay, yeah, I'm
So,
down for 3 to 6 months. Yeah,
yeah, I think that that's probably
until boyfriend comes along.
yes. Once George meets someone else, he's not going to keep this ruse going, I don't think.
Yeah, maybe if that ends, he'll like pick up again to check in.
Yeah, and you are correct. Joe needs to have life in prison and not get out because if he gets out, the chances that he kills George are pretty high,
Yes, George
especially if he's left him.
and everyone who knows George. Yeah.
All right, we start off Sunday afternoon, Los Angeles.
We get
And
in a voicemail where we just hear a voicemail. Someone's leaving. A lady who's like, "Can you get in trouble if you and your friend saw someone get murdered?"
but you don't tell the police? Will you go to jail for that?
Like, bitch, you can't leave this in a voicemail, but
Yeah,
okay.
but every character in this movie is stupid.
Seriously.
But I also did like that because I'm like I know the answer is obviously yes, but I would also have that thought of just like, am I about to like, what do I have to do?
What do I do
What do
here?
I do?
What's
What
the
why did I just be a
protocol?
murderer? I don't want to.
And then we get like a thing that's like 1 week before this. So
Yes.
essentially the whole film more or less happens in a week, which is fun.
Yeah. So we're at a game night, and Joe is there with his new boyfriend of like a month.
Well, we have one shot really quick
Oh,
of
okay.
a therapist.
Oh, yes.
One shot of his therapist, who I think is also a gay man. I
Uh-huh.
think everyone in this film, by the way, white.
Of course.
Extremely white. And the two women look exactly the same. I didn't realize they were different women until one died, and I'm like, she's still alive? Is this a plot twist? And I'm like, oh, no, this is the same. But yes, we have this, like, I think he's a gay therapist.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I assumed he was his old therapist that his parents sent him to, but he's like still talking to them.
Yeah, the one from the facility that he was in
Yeah.
before, yeah. And we just hear him say, like, okay, just stay away from animals.
Yes.
That's all we get from him. And then, yes, group game.
Yes. So we're playing games. Joe's there. They're playing some sort of like guessing pop culture game, like where people put a thing in a bowl and you try to get your team to guess. And Joe's terrible at this.
Yes, he doesn't know any celebrities.
Yeah. They're trying to guess Buffalo Bill is the person that's in there. And the clue that somebody is giving is like, he kills women and then wears their skin, and they just keep listing off serial killers who have done that before getting to Buffalo Bill because so many people do that.
That's so funny. I love them.
So they're, talking about, he doesn't know anything about pop culture. They're talking about some movie or maybe it's Buffalo Bill, and one person is like, I don't like slashers, like, and the killer's always somebody that you know, and we're
Yeah, it's very
obviously
silly and pointed.
foreshadowing everything. Everybody hates Joe, and they're like, I think the new boyfriend is named Anthony.
Andy.
Wait, what was it?
Andy.
Andy.
And he gets heated really fast at Joe.
Yes, everyone's like, you suck at this game. Andy, why are you dating this fucking weirdo?
And I'm like, wow, they're getting so mean and weird at games, but I also can sometimes become a real bitch at games.
Oh, yeah. Especially in a game like that, where, like, people just have to know things. And also a game night, like, brand new with your partner's friends.
It's crazy.
Okay. This was another thing that they go into the kitchen and Andy's, like, talking to Joe, and Joe's like, I don't think your friends like me very much. And he's like, oh, well, they're just attacking you to show that they like you. And I'm like, I hate that shit in a
Me
brand
too.
new group of people. Like, I don't know you at all, and you're just going to be mean to me? Like, I don't know
It's
you.
it's crazy behavior
Yeah.
to all be mean to someone new. Like,
Yes.
are we in a frat? Are we hazing?
Yeah. And I think a lot of groups of people are like that. And then I also have probably been on the other side of that, especially if it was game related.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I like to think that if I am doing that kind of meanness, it is so obviously in jest, and there
Yeah.
so obviously was not. It
Yeah.
was
No.
weird.
Everyone
Um,
was very mad at him.
and when Andy and him are in the kitchen, I think something says, I think Andy says something like, "Are you joking?" And Joe goes, "I don't really joke." And Andy's like, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "I don't joke." And I'm like, have you been on 6 dates with this person and not realize that they don't joke?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Joe is very obviously like an emotionless sociopath right away,
Yes.
or psychopath. I don't really know the difference between them.
Something is passing and it is
Yeah.
wacky.
There's a personality disorder.
Yeah.
So we also learned that George's ex is there, is one of the
Yes.
friends in the group who also like hates Joe. So I could see why that's also like a pointed thing.
Yeah. Andy's
Or no,
ex?
George's ex.
Andy's
No,
ex.
Andy's ex. At this point, I was like, is this George? I didn't understand who anyone was at this point.
Yeah, and I think even some of the subtitles got confused with the names partway through the movie, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Lewis or Lois is his name, the
Yeah.
Andy's ex who's there. And while they're in the kitchen, red shirt, sorry, I kept calling him red shirt in the script, in my whatever notes. But yeah, Andy's like, we've been dating a week, like, we better be boning tonight. And Joe obviously is like, not into the boning tonight,
Yeah.
you
He's like, why
know?
haven't we had sex? And Joe's like, I like to take things slow. And then the friends eventually leave. Oh no, this is
No.
line
Yeah.
from the woman that is, uh, if I ever get a boyfriend, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make it work. I'll never give up.
Yep. Healthy, good.
Good.
Also, we find out that Joe doesn't drink. Somehow his boyfriend didn't know he doesn't drink.
Oh yeah, I loved this line. He's like, "Oh, I don't want this," and they're like, "Oh God, do you not drink?" And they're like, "Never date someone who's in AA. They're no fun and incredibly self-obsessed."
Which is so funny because, like, I don't know if you can be more self obsessed than, like, pursuing acting in LA.
Oh, 100%. I know. I was like, Natasha, thoughts on this?
So funny. I mean, honestly, though, they are really self obsessed, but not in, like, the I'm in AA and that's why I'm great way. I think it's just, like, with some, like, addiction, alcoholism, there's, like, an obsession that can make you so negative where you're obsessed with yourself in the bad way, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's like an AA thing. I think it's
Just a
just
people
sick
thing.
people being
Well,
sick.
and they are the most self-obsessed people. This
That's what's so
character,
funny
whose
about
name
it.
I eventually figured out, Cameron. I loved him. He was
He's
like
so
my
funny.
absolute favorite character.
He was the best.
He was the worst person in like the most relatable way. Like all of his shitty lines, I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, near the end especially is when it gets good.
Yeah.
Then it's nighttime and Andy and Joe are like in the bedroom. Andy's just like down to his underwear. Joe's fully clothed in a sweater and shit.
He's kissing. He's like, I want to have sex. Joe isn't ready. He's like, I don't think I love you yet. And Andy's like, you don't have to love me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
He's
just trying
like,
to fuck.
Andy's definitely like not pleasant to me. He's like, I've been patient, but this is fucking crazy. And I'm kind of like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, it's a week.
Yeah.
But, you know, whatever. And then,
He's
and
like,
then
are
Andy
you
says, are you
homeschooled?
homeschooled or something? Which is the vibe if you don't know that he's a serial
Oh,
killer.
yeah.
No celebrities is kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
crazy. That's homeschooled.
I mean, I'm sure there's some normal homeschooled kids.
No. Sorry.
But also,
Tap in, let us know.
let us know in the comments if you've ever met a normal homeschooled
I have
kid.
not.
Because maybe if I have, they just haven't informed me that they're homeschooled. because they know to keep that under wraps. But I
I
feel
just
like you
don't
meet
think they
someone and they're
can.
like, I'm homeschooled. And you're like,
I
ooh, yeah, I
know.
kind of got that vibe.
Yeah, pretty clear. You
I
just
know
turn out
there's a push
different.
for like homeschooling and people are like, "Oh, but we do meetups and like group things and they still hang out with the other kids." And I'm like, "I don't know. I think there's just a
Not enough.
core
Not
thing that needs
enough.
to happen in school, unfortunately, for people to turn out somewhat normal." But
I think it's also like too much influence from your parents and like whatever
yes,
that like nuclear family only that 24/7.
I really think too much influence from your parents is, yeah, not a good thing. And
Yeah.
also from an education standpoint, I'm like, I just wouldn't trust myself to not have major blind spots.
My God. I know some people who were planning to homeschool their kids, and I'm like, you're not smart enough.
Yeah. Like,
You didn't get school when we were in school.
yeah. You've
What?
definitely forgotten it all by now. So,
It was great. I'm like, really? You're still not sure about science in general.
yeah.
And what are you going to teach them?
And then they're like, oh, well, they'll like follow the workbooks. I'm like, but you have to be able to explain it. Like, what do you
Yeah,
mean?
it's wild.
I
It's
don't know.
wild.
I don't think most people are actually equipped to teach.
No,
But
that's
whatever.
why people are teachers. That's why teachers are teachers.
Yes. Why they should be more respected and paid
Paid
better.
more, so much more. Yeah, okay, so he's like, oh, and he's like, well, I bet you're into something weird. I bet you're into something kinky. Like, that's what's going on here. What is it? What are
Yeah.
you really, really into?
And he's like, I'll do anything.
Uh
And
huh.
then we get all this like creepy imagery of like blood and
Spaghetti, pieces of
yeah.
Barbie dolls strewn about.
Mhm. Probably like things from Joe's childhood, like because when he was a kid, he was obviously killing animals, which is like
Yeah,
a very common thing for
yeah,
serial killers.
yeah.
Um, and there were a few points where I was like, oh, I didn't want to see him kill a dog personally, but
No, no. A
um,
lot of spaghetti and red sauce in these
lots of
two.
spaghetti and red sauce and lots of images of Joe just like covered in blood.
Yes.
So we get that, and then he's like, well, I
There's
have
this
this
one thing.
one thing.
And he goes to his car outside. We see that Lewis, the ex, is kind of in his car staring. Joe gets something out of his truck and then puts plastic down in Andy's place.
Yeah, and Andy's kind of like, oh, this is what you're into.
This is
Like,
so
this is gonna be
kinky. I
kinky.
thought this was your first time. And Joe's like,
Yeah,
it is.
it is my first time. Because this is his first kill. This is his first time killing a human.
Yes, yes. And Andy's like, what's the plastic for? And Joe's like, so your blood doesn't get everywhere.
And he's like, what? And then he stabs him. And I love every time he kills someone, there's this bright lights, like the
The
super
colors are
trippy
vibrant.
music. And
Yes.
like it feels very like sexual
And like
and kind of,
heavenly.
yes, it's like beautiful
Yes.
the way that the killing is done. And then he stabs him. And then he goes, did you just fucking stab me?
I love it. I also just love like the extreme like gay guy vibes responses the whole
Yeah,
time. You know,
yeah.
like, did you really fucking stab me?
Did you just fucking stab me?
And then he sticks his finger in the hole, which I
Yeah.
hated, but he doesn't do that anymore, which is good.
Yeah, I was worried he was going to do it with all of them,
Me
but
too. I thought that was his like thing. And then he passed out. I'm still in my mind, I was like, is this real or no? And yes, it is
yeah.
real. And he just keeps stabbing Andy.
Yeah. And then he goes and sits on Andy's bed and he sees a YouTube video with who we find out is George and Barnes, their
Doing some
YouTube
like little
channel.
sketch things.
Yeah.
And Andy's wrapped in plastic on the bed.
Mm-hmm.
And then it cuts and it shows us that it's Monday now.
Yes.
And we see George and Barnes talking about making videos.
They're talking about, and they're like, we're going to be two crazy people with a cooking show. And it's different wigs. This was the different wigs. I was like, this is the Groundlings. I was like, these people took classes at the Groundlings. I can feel it.
Yeah, and George was like, I don't know. And then one of them's like, listen, our video got over 1,000 views. I think we know what we're doing.
Yeah. They're like super amateur. The green screen is like not good, but you know, they're doing their best.
And it's a vibe. It's a
Yeah.
specific vibe.
Also, all of this like 2015 stuff, of course, felt very like nostalgic. There was a point when Joe is wearing these maroon pants like almost the entire thing, and I feel like every guy I knew had these
Was
maroon
wearing those
pants,
pants?
and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is so 2015 in a
What
way
a
that I
time.
love.
What a time. Um,
Okay, Barnes's boyfriend comes over, Ollie, who like they kind of are having issues, you can
yes.
tell. And
I
then
think,
it's nighttime, and
yes.
Joe is stalking George
From the
at his
video.
car.
Because the sketch video that Joe watched was like of George and his guy talking about killing or murdering, like some joke. And so that made
Yes.
Joe go, ooh,
He's like, okay,
I like
you,
murder.
maybe we hang out?
And so, yeah, Joe comes up to him.
And he is like taking out his groceries, and he's like, I like your groceries. Beef and broccoli? Is that what he's like?
Yeah, something like that. And like then Joe just starts like being honest, like I was stalking you.
I'm stalking you. You make those stupid videos online. And
Uh-huh.
George is like, oh, ha,
Oh
ha,
my
ha, you're a
god.
fan. Like, thank you.
How'd you come here? He's like, I stalked you. And he's like, oh my god, what? And it's like, you
Yeah.
kill small animals? And he's like, love it. Like,
And
it's
he's like,
just.
yeah. He's like, but I just killed my first person. And George is like, oh, yeah, you just killed a person?
The flirting was so funny.
The flirting was great.
I
It
loved
was
it.
very funny. And George is like, okay, you can come over. Like,
Yeah.
that's cute.
He's like, do you have a Facebook? And Joe is like, no. And George is like, oh my god, old school. Okay, let's get the phone number, which is the most old school technically. But he looks in his contacts and he's like, you have no friends. Crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not a red flag.
Yeah. He
Like even if
has
joke,
no
joke,
other
joke.
numbers. And then he says, so you're telling me you're some lonely murderer I'm giving my number to? And Joe's like, yeah. And
Yeah.
he's like, oh, ha, ha, ha.
It's so good.
Yeah.
We cut to Tuesday. All the gay guys are kind of fighting. All these gay guys love doing game nights for some reason.
They love doing game nights. That's their cruise thing. And this is my favorite line. It happens later, but
Uh-huh.
from Cameron when he's like, why do we have to play fucking games? Can we just drink? It's like, this is how I frequently feel sometimes when I'm like at a hangout with people and people are like, should we like do something? I'm like, can we just talk? I'm like, why are you making me do activities?
I love games, so I'm almost depending on the game.
It really depends on the game.
Yeah, I don't like that video game that we played at your house once.
You hate Mario Party
I
in
really
a
hate Mario
crazy
Party.
way.
I hate
That
it.
was amazing because I was like, I love Mario Party, and like I understand not loving Mario Party, like that's fine. But I was like, you were like, no, I hate this game, and I was like, oh come on, just play it. And then we played, and you were like the angriest I've ever seen you, other than the passport conversation from the podcast. Those are the two angriest I have ever seen you in my life. I was like, wow, she hates Mario Party.
It's just most of Mario Party is watching little images move across the screen.
Yeah.
It's dull. It's not engaging enough.
Yeah. No, I feel like it's
Like,
so,
I think it's only tolerable if you're, like, incredibly high.
yes, no, it's a video game to be, or it's a game to be like drunk or high to. Like it's a game. I think why I like it is because you can like hang out in between it. Like it's an in the background game.
I can't stand it.
And it's like
And
one
I
of the
love
few.
games.
It's one of the few video games that I'm good at. So that's probably why I also.
That helps. That helps.
Yeah.
I think if you weren't good at it, you would hate it.
I would probably hate it, yeah, because
Yeah.
I don't like Mario Kart at all,
Yeah.
and it's because I suck at it.
I enjoy Mario Kart.
Yeah, because you're good at it.
No, it's just more engaging. The whole time you're like doing a thing.
Yeah, I don't like it handheld, but if I go to an arcade, I'm very good at that. If there's a real steering wheel, like I will fuck up Mario
Yeah.
Kart. But like the second you put the controller in my hand, and I'm like, I don't understand.
I like games that just have to be engaged more of the time.
Yeah, that's fair. It is like a slow game, but you were so mad. I was like, wow,
I hated
I'm
it.
for night.
I hated it. I hated it. It's so funny. I was willing to try it though because I was like, I haven't done this for like a decade or more.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm wrong. and I don't hate it. Hated it.
That is fair. I think that I like a lot of board games, but like once something takes too long to explain, I'm just like,
Completely agree. Or it's
no.
too much in the board functionality. Like if there's too
Yeah.
much board business, I don't like that.
No, unless I already know how to play it because I learned when
Yes.
I was a child.
Yeah.
I think that sometimes there's things where I'm like, I'm an adult. I don't need to learn new shit. Stop trying to teach me this.
No. I have to be in like such a specific zone that I'm in
Hmm.
like 1% of the time where I'm like, okay, let's fucking buckle up
Yeah.
and
And
learn
I
what all
think that
these
I need
pieces
to
do.
be prepared going into it. Like, if you're just like hanging out and people are like, oh, I got this board game. Do you want to play it? I'm like, why are you trying to ruin my day?
Yeah. Why are you pulling out 3 handbooks to explain a
Yeah.
game?
But some games, you're right. Some games are good. I like Jackbox games a lot. I like games that are a
Jackbox
little
is
more
fun
creative. Yeah.
because you're also like engaged the whole time.
And it's funny.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
silly. You're seeing stuff the whole time that's relevant to what you're doing.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, they're doing a board game night again. George and Barnes, yeah, they're having some conversation.
And then it just slams to Wednesday, essentially. There's more
Yeah.
here. I
Oh,
don't.
there was a point, a thing I wanted to talk about. George is talking about Joe, and he invites him to game night, and he's like, I sent him an emoticon, and he didn't know what it was. And I was like, did we not have emojis in 2015? Were we calling them emoticons?
My guess is yes, because what's his name? Barnes is like, oh yeah, I know what an emoticon is. I'm like, wasn't sure if he knew what an emoticon was.
Yeah. I was like, I guess that makes sense that it had to be invented at some point, but I was just like, I guess I just assumed it came with the internet.
Yeah, well, like I'm trying to figure. In the moment, I was like, is it like that they didn't know what like a colon and a parentheses was, or is that when it started turning into the little faces themselves?
Yeah, that must be what it was because
Yeah,
before we were doing our little like colon and a P.
semicolon. Yeah, which I loved.
Yes, we got to bring those back. I
I
can't
agree.
wait until the 2010s comes back. The early 2000s, it's been cute, but 2010s is going to be a fun time.
Let's see what that's like.
Bring back that military jacket we all had.
Yeah, big camo vibes.
Yeah, just like the olive green
Yeah,
jacket
there's
that
a
like
lot of
every
olive
woman
green.
had. Yeah,
You
I
had
love
to.
olive green.
Me too.
Okay, it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. The therapist is, and in the therapist shots, we never see like him and the therapist. It's just a dead-on shot of the therapist talking to
Yes.
us.
I was very confused still at this point because he's asking like, "How are things with Andy?" Blah blah blah, and I was like, "Is this just in his head? Like, is this?" I don't know.
Ah.
Still at this point wasn't sure, but it is his actual
Yeah,
therapist.
it's his therapist, and Joe like mentions that Andy's dead. The therapist glosses over it for some
Yeah,
reason, and then we get another game night.
yeah. And Barnes is mad at Ollie, his boyfriend, because he's in his phone, and he's like, "Who are you texting?" And he's like, "I'm not texting anyone. I'm sending an email." He's like, "I can tell based on your face that you're texting. That's not your email face."
Funny.
And then we have a moment where someone's like, "Oh my God, Meryl Streep killed and ate her sister," and then we find out Meryl Streep
The
is
hamster.
Barnes's hamster.
There's some like at some point I think Joe says like, "Should I kill him?" They talk about strangling. Joe's like, "Strangling's a lot harder than you think it is,"
Yeah,
and
he keeps like saying shit. He's like, I don't know. George is all pissed off that somebody didn't say like congratulations about their video getting views, and then Joe's like, "Hey, congratulations!" And he's like, "Oh my
oh my
god!"
god,
And he's
thank
like, "I like
you,
you more than the last guy I dated," and he's like, "Oh my
thank
god!"
you. Someone said, I don't know if it was Cameron or no, I think it was Barnes. Barnes said the point of being alive is having chips in your house, and I'm like, that's so true.
Yeah,
People don't talk about this part of what's great about adulthood versus childhood enough, but like as a child, maybe it's different in other houses, but I didn't get to choose what food I had in my house and
oh
when and what I
yeah.
got to eat and when I got to eat it.
Mm-hmm.
I love that we
I
can eat
love being
whatever
able to
we
pick
want
my own food. Or I
whenever we
feel like
want.
what would happen frequently was like your parents know that you like something, like you're like, oh, I like this thing, and then it's like now there's 20 boxes of this cereal, and you're like, okay, now I'm sick of this, and now I have to eat cinnamon toast crunch for the rest of my life.
Forever.
Like, why'd you do that?
Yeah, it's absolutely awful. Like,
Yeah,
I will never get over how good it is just being like, I want to eat this now. Here it is, whenever I
yeah.
want,
Picking
whatever
your
I
own
want to
food is
buy.
great.
It's amazing. We weren't like a big snack house. There's a lot of, the big thing that's happening on TikTok where it's like you have food made house or make food house. I don't know what the term is that
Uh-huh.
they used for it, but like we didn't have a lot of snacks available either. It was all like making meals.
Yeah. I feel
Yeah.
like that's got to be common, although I guess I went to some friends' houses who had like tons of snacks available. I feel
Hmm.
like my parents would get snacks, but it was like not like a huge variety like some people's
No.
houses had.
I love that I can go to the store and be like this and this and this, and then
And
they're in my
chips.
house, and I eat
Yeah.
them whenever I want, and no one tells me.
Yeah.
I know it's been like a lot of years since I was a child, but
No,
like
it's I think that's very true. It's one of the best parts of
people
adulthood.
do
And
not
being
talk
like,
about it
oh,
enough.
even with like regular dinner, it's like, oh, cool. Like I actually want to eat this and nobody can tell me not to. I
I
feel
love
like
it.
having a burrito.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's the best.
When anyone
So,
likes
yes,
childhood, I'm
get to
like,
the
do you
point of
remember?
life.
Do you remember not being able to eat whatever you wanted?
Oh, when people are like, "Oh, I miss being a kid."
And I know there are a lot of worse parts, but just that's one nobody talks about.
I just like genuinely don't miss being a kid. I
No.
don't feel I'm not like a super nostalgia girly, and when people are super nostalgic, I find that very unrelatable. And it's not even because like obviously there are bad parts of being a kid,
Yes.
but it's like not even like, oh, I had a bad time. Like I know that some people are like, oh, I hated high school. I liked high school. I had a good time in high school. I'm having a way better time now. Why the fuck would I go back to high school?
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
just feel like life consistently gets better as you're an adult and you get to make more choices. And yes, you have more responsibility, and it would be nice to not have to have a fucking job and pay bills and have people take care of you. But
Sure.
like, I like having freedom way more.
Yes. I mean, I didn't like any of it, but like, I also had no control over
Yes.
anything. It's so yucky.
Yeah, well, I feel like those were the worst parts of
Yes.
being like all of the parts of high school that I remember hating was that.
Yeah.
Like being like I have no control over what's happening.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Being an adult is great. A hot take.
I love being an
Hot
adult.
take. Love it.
I like maybe I don't know, do more fun things if you hate being an
Live
adult.
a little.
Do some fun shit. Bring some fun into your life. It
Kiss
doesn't
a
have to
serial
be
killer. I don't know.
kiss a serial killer.
Yeah. Okay, I guess Ollie and Barnes are having some fight, and I think Joe makes like a joke to George, being like, "Should I kill Ollie?" Uh,
Hmm.
and I think he does kill Ollie because Barnes and Ollie have broken up.
Yeah, Barnes and Ollie break up, and George is like, "Yeah, just kill him." Like, ha ha
Ha ha
ha, we're
ha.
still joking.
Yeah. And the way he kills Ollie is crazy. I think he gets into Ollie's trunk at some point.
Yes,
Pops
Ollie
out of the trunk.
leaves. I don't know. There and he parks,
And
and Joe comes out of the back seat, like the trunk of his car,
and then there's just like a guy nearby,
watching.
and Joe looks at that guy and does like a shh,
Yeah.
crazy.
And the guy
And
stands there and watches, and then Ollie's like, "Where'd you come from?" And he's like, I was in the in your car." And he just goes, "Barnes and I just broke
broke
up."
up. It's crazy. And then he does another stab. Everything looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Joe pulls out the intestines, and I think what's his name? Ollie's like, what's going on? And he's like,
Yeah.
I'm killing you. And he's like, why don't I feel anything? And Joe seemed upset that he wasn't
Yeah, he was
feeling
like, "You
anything.
don't?"
I'm like, oh, is this part? Is this the good part for you?
Yeah, maybe.
And it hits him in the head with a wrench. And for some reason, that guy's just standing there the whole
He's
time.
literally standing there watching this happen, and we
Like,
get
run.
faraway shots of him truly just being like very NPC style, like nothing happening. And then Joe turns to kill him and he's like, whoa, chill, man. And I'm like, your opportunity to get out of this
Gone.
situation was, you had a lot of time.
So much time.
He
This
was
boy was
very
dancing
busy
with
killing this
intestines in a
man.
trunk. You could have run. It was crazy.
It was wild.
So Joe hits him in the head with a wrench too. Gets a call from George being like, I
George.
killed him. And he's like, "Ha, you're so funny."
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love love. This is great.
This is great.
We get another
Being
sketch.
completely oblivious and stupid and being
Yes.
like, oh my God, you're so funny. And you keep telling me you're a killer, but like, I'm into it because I think
Yeah.
you're joking.
And that's hot.
Yeah.
Because I love jokes, because I do comedy.
hmm
Then it's Thursday. George are
They're
doing
on a date.
talking. Joe's like, you make me smile. I don't smile often.
hmm
And I think he mentioned his therapist. And
Yeah,
Joe's
he
like,
starts talking about Dr. Strauss, who were like, then I was like, oh, okay, that's who it is. And he's like, he used to work at the hospital where I lived. It was my parents' idea. And George is like, is this some weird conversion thing? And he's like, no.
he's like, no, I learned empathy and self-awareness. And George is like, I get it. I love yoga.
Then Barnes shows up. He's like, I just had to take my hamster to the vet because he's depressed.
It's
Or
not
because
me
she's
depressed.
depressed. And then he's like, never mind, maybe I'm
Maybe I'm
depressed.
depressed. It's very silly. And
They're talking about Real Housewives and
he tells his therapist he's in therapy, and he tells the therapist he's in love. And the therapist is a real asshole about it. He's like, I don't think you can feel that, or I don't know.
yeah, I don't
I'll
think people
explain to
like you
another
can
time.
fall in love.
He's a real jerk about it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, don't be a jerk to a guy who
Could kill
probably kills
you.
people. It's stupid.
Definitely kills people.
Yeah. So then it's Friday, and Joe's bringing George and introducing him to the parents.
Yep.
It hasn't been long. They haven't boned. And the parents are fucking weird.
Yeah, George is like, parents always love me, and they're awful.
Yeah,
Dad
dad reading a newspaper the whole time, acknowledging
doesn't
nothing,
speak.
nothing. Could be a mannequin, honestly.
Yeah. Mom's like, how'd you meet? And just like, I stopped him on the way home from the grocery store.
Yep.
Mom's like, what?
What?
Mom is super weird.
Very weird.
Joe says things like, I like that he understands me, like, blah, blah, blah.
And Mom's angry that they've only known each other for 5 days, and he's brought him over. It's a crazy face behind the table, and at some point the mom's like, why are you with this comedian, Joe? And like it gets in a whole thing about, he's like, well, I am kind of a comedian, but then later George is like, it was so rude the way your mom called me a comedian.
He's like, but you are a comedian. He's like, she said it in
She
a
meant it in a bad way.
which she did.
For sure.
Like, I was like, yeah, I don't know.
It's so funny. But the mom's like, says to George, like, Joe's troubled. Like, why are you with him?
Yeah, she's more so just like to George, just like, are you stupid?
Yeah.
Like, my kid sucks.
Don't you know that he's a fucking freak?
Yeah.
But whatever. And at some point, George is upset with Joe. George is like, why don't you stick up for me?
Yeah.
You know?
And then Joe's like, okay, how about this? I'll kill my parents.
And he's like, haha, yeah, totally. George is kind of like the Chat GPT psychosis stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Where it's like,
yeah.
oh my God, yeah, you're so great and so funny. And
You're
I agree,
so
totally.
right. It's such a problem. You know that there's some serial killer out there talking to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is like, yeah, you totally could kill your parents. Let me tell you how.
100%. Certainly, why not? I mean, it's already like encouraging people to kill themselves. It's encouraging psychosis. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we see like George see some of Joe's taxidermy, which he thought Joe's joking about
He
earlier.
was like, oh, yeah.
You really do taxidermy, huh? And he's like, yeah, buddy. And then he's like, should I kill my parents since they were mean to you? Should I kill them? And he's like, yeah. And then he's killing his parents.
Lights the house on fire.
So
leaves.
much blood.
Yeah.
And then he like leaves, the house is on fire, and we get another silly sketch, and then it's Saturday.
Yes. Dr. Strauss is asking if he's killed any animals.
And then we're at a sketch shooting, and Gretchen's guy is sort of flirting with George, and Joe's getting pissed about it.
Yeah.
And Teddy really wants to live with Gretchen, and
That one of them has this line. I don't know what it is about wigs, but they make me feel alive, and I love that.
Yeah, you're here with a wig right
I think
now,
I'm
feeling
wearing a wig
alive.
right now.
I don't know. Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, so then Gretchen goes back with her boyfriend, and he's like, okay, you can move in. I'm gonna go get coffee. And he's going to take a shower, and then Joe just like walks in the door,
Yeah.
and he's like, what are you doing here? Joe says, I wasn't looking at you naked. And boyfriend's like, you got to get out of here. I'm not gay. I mean, I made out with a guy in college, but that was once.
My friend recently went on a date with a guy who was so much of the date. He was talking about how like he's not gay, but he'd be like so good at it, and
Oh my
how
God.
like it'd be great and blah 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 blah. But like he's just not gay, and he's so bummed about it because he'd be so good at it. And I'm like, suck a dick, buddy.
Just like,
You clearly want to suck a dick. Just get one
it's,
down.
why are you saying that also on a date? Like,
It's
that's a weird thing to say.
it's so weird.
That's like a conversation maybe for you and your friends. Like, that's not for some random woman you're on a date with.
No, first date going on about it, and I'm like, who are you convincing here?
Just
It's
go,
really weird.
honestly, like, more men need to just, like, make out.
Just do it. See what happens. Nothing
I think that
happens.
it would be
Wow.
really good for society if more men who believe they're straight, but like just have this like, oh, but I would like never hook up with a man. Just like a little kiss.
A little kiss. Grow up.
You
Kiss
might find
somebody.
out that you like it a little bit.
And that's okay
Yeah.
for now.
And you can keep liking women. You are allowed to be bi. Men need to get this through their fucking heads. I feel like so many men are like the reason they don't want to experiment with it is because it's automatically assumed if you are a man and you are attracted to other men, it is like, oh well, you're gay. And it's like you can like men and women. Like I think
Absolutely.
if that was more socially acceptable for men, I think it would sort out a lot of shit.
I think
But
it would too.
yeah.
People be a lot less weird.
Yeah.
We should have one day of the year mandatory where just guys who are straight have to kiss a guy.
Just kiss.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. Okay, so Joe starts stabbing Teddy a bunch of times.
Yeah,
And
he's
Gretchen
like,
walks
I really
in.
like George. He kills him. Gretchen comes back. She's obviously upset. So he stabs her. Now he's pulling the plastic out. I was like, dude, it is too late.
Yeah, his order of
He
operations
is
isn't so great on
sloppy. This
this.
is why he's getting life in prison. This guy did a bad job killing.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is your, I want to say, sixth murder? Shouldn't
Yeah.
you know about plastic by now? You knew about it before the first one for
Did
some
it for the first
reason.
one. But I do think this is the thing with serial killers or people who commit crimes is like as it goes on, you get a little bit sloppy.
Especially if you're not getting caught.
Yeah.
And everyone is being so casual about it, and you're talking about how you're killing. People are like, funny.
Yeah. And you're like, I don't do
Yeah.
plastic.
This is fine.
This is awesome.
Yeah, I'm just going to raw dog this murder.
Yeah. And then he calls George and he's like, I just realized I'm jealous of Teddy. I didn't like the way you two were talking.
And
And
he's
he's
like,
like, I've never been jealous of anyone. This is a new feeling.
this is all new to me.
And George is kind of like, aw, that's
Because you're just a
sweet."
regular serial killer now, aren't ya?
Yeah. He's like, that's cute.
I
He's like,
do.
oh
It,
no, you killed Teddy. Okay.
okay. I could be wrong, but I didn't notice everything turned like colorful and musical during these stabs, but maybe I
Uh-huh.
just missed it. And I was like, is this the beginning of a thing? But then we see it get colorful again later with other stabs. So maybe I just
Yeah.
missed this one, but I was like, oh no, what do we. There's
This
nothing.
one got colorful, but it felt maybe a little bit muted, but maybe it had to do with like his feelings about, like maybe it's matching. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it was just so brief since we got double in a row, but I still thought it would just do it. I don't know.
Yeah, it felt
It was
less like
powerful.
sexual. It felt more angry, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Um, Joe says George is the most important person in his life. And
I
that's
do
true.
think
He's killed his
Joe,
family.
I mean, I think because George is the first person that he's just been fully honest with,
Yeah.
I think that Joe would keep chatting with him forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's 100% George who's going to have to cut off this shit.
Yeah. Another sketch comes up, and I have to be honest, I wasn't paying full attention to the sketches, but I think a lot of them referenced little murdery stuff.
Oh yeah, all of the sketches. So I didn't write down what they were about because it didn't feel super important to this podcast, but they all referenced usually what was about to happen.
That's what I thought too. That's what I wrote down. Like, okay. Then
Dr. Strauss is learning that he's killed 8 people. He's like,
yeah.
why? And
It's
then Joe's like, why didn't you tell me if I killed people I would feel normal?
Yeah, the therapist was also like, I can't tell if you're fantasizing about this or not. And then Joe's like, maybe I'd kill you. And the therapist's like, after all I've done for you, you would kill me. And then he does kill him.
And then he does. So it's like, yeah, he would. I don't know. Not a very good therapist, honestly.
No. And then it's Sunday afternoon. And
this is when George is talking to
Barnes
and being like, like his dark sense of humor, he keeps joking about killing people, and like, honestly, it's not that funny.
Yeah, and we haven't had sex yet. And like, people don't joke about killing all your friends and your parents. That's not what people
Yeah, Barnes is like, this is fucking weird. And I really like this conversation because I think most people probably have this experience of like a friend being like, well, they're like doing this thing, but like I really love them, and you're kind of like,
this is weird.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And like you're able to see it from the outside because you're not, falling in love with someone, and you're just kind of like, what the fuck are you doing?
But then Barnes goes like, I just can't invest because you're never really in a real relationship. You
know? He's kind of being shitty. He's obviously going through his own stuff with his breakup, and he's kind of into him.
And then the friends come over, someone goes, it's so nice to get together and not have to play a game.
Yeah, that's Cameron.
And then they end up playing a game.
And they do, and this is when Cameron has his like, ugh, I hate that game. Can we just drink? I think
I love that. At some point, Lewis, who's Andy's ex, is outside, and Joe kills Lewis, and Joe's back with blood on his face, and it's just like schmutz that I think George thinks he can move off. And they're playing a game that's ridiculous. This is a card game, right? With the aces.
Yes, he was like, it's like war, but if you do an ace, you can't talk.
And we don't know how that's relevant to the game or matters. And even one of the guys, maybe Cameron, is like, this game doesn't make sense.
Yeah, he eventually is the one who is, just like, this is stupid.
And then Barnes is like, where's Gretchen and Teddy? And Joe's like, they're dead. Ha 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 ha. And Joe gets angry with Barnes. I don't remember why. And then George and Joe go up to Barnes' bedroom, like maybe to be sexy or something.
Yeah.
And Joe gets angry while making out.
Because I think he says something about killing. He's like, you need to stop with the killing stuff.
And also I think George keeps really pushing kissing on him.
Yes.
And Joe doesn't like to be sexy.
Yeah, he just wants to kill.
And so then Joe gets angry and takes the hamster and starts.
And he starts squishing it, and I was like, don't kill this hamster.
No, we don't
all
want
of
to
the people murders. I was like, okay, fine.
I didn't like any of them that much.
I was like, that hamster is going to die a miserable death anyway. It doesn't need to be squeezed to death.
Yeah, come on, Meryl Streep. And that's happening. So George calls Barnes up, and then Barnes hits Joe in the head with a laptop.
Yeah.
Supposedly he's dead, and that's when Gretchen comes to voicemail.
He's been murdered, but we do see Joe breathing, so later, these people are just fucking dumb.
Well, I couldn't tell if it was just like an oopsie in the filming or not.
Yeah.
You know? Because it's not like super high budget film.
There was like a close-up of his body breathing in a way that I was like, I think that they're trying to tell us, like... And also, everyone's like, he killed my hamster. And the hamster's just running around in the background.
Yeah, it turns out the hamster's fine. And they're like, oh, the hamster's fine. So we killed him for not much. And that's what they're trying to, like, they killed him in self-defense, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and then Gretchen, or the woman, she's like, I don't know the number to call an ambulance. Is it 911? Like, they're all just being a bunch of idiots. And, like, they're all so stupid. But I also was like, this would be me in this situation of just being like, what the fuck are we supposed to do?
Yes, what do we do?
Like, and then she calls her brother. This is when we get to the voicemail that she left at the beginning, being like, if I saw a murder happen, do I have to report it? Or
does it make me the murderer if I don't tell anyone?
Am I going to go to jail?
And then they're like, let's take the body to Griffith Park because Joe told me coyotes eat bodies there.
Yeah, middle of the day. Definitely should do that at night. Middle of the day, Griffith Park.
It's wild. So they put him in the trunk and they go to Griffith Park, and sometime in the car, Joe like wakes up, of course, in the trunk with a knife for some reason.
Yeah, there's like Cameron and Gretchen, right? Are we still with Gretchen or
I
is it a
can't
different
remember if this
woman?
is Gretchen or the other woman who looks just like her.
Okay. And he's like, if they try dragging us into this, I'm going to be pissed. And it's like, you're already dragged
You're in
in.
a car with a body in the back.
They're like, do we just take the body to the cops and say, hey, sorry, here you go, we fucked up?
Here's
Like,
your guy.
just, and then Gretchen or the woman, she's like, can we play the song that I
That
just
I wrote.
made?
Because in the very beginning, she's like, want to listen to this song? No one did. No one
Nobody
listens
wants
to her
to.
songs about this guy who she's not even with, who I think is just her coworker, sits next to her. It's very silly
Yeah.
about how he's going to be hers.
Yeah. So they're just being like so stupid. It's very funny. And then they've stopped in the park. Joe wakes up. He has a knife and he's like, all we have to do is kill your friends. My parents have a lake house up north. We can live there. I don't have
Yeah.
to kill anyone anymore because I'm in love with you.
Yep. And for a second, you can't tell. I don't think George knows whether or not he's into it, you know? And then George
Yeah.
is like, yeah, I'll come with you. First, we got to do this, this, this. The woman, you
He's
can't tell if
like,
it's real.
do you even like beef and broccoli? And he goes, no, I never lied. And then George is like, okay.
Okay.
It's like, so you are into me.
You love me. And so then a woman comes driving up,
Yeah, they
and
flag him down.
George is like, Joe, you go with her to a gas station
Yeah,
and kill her and take her car to meet me at a bank
yeah.
because this, that. And Joe buys it. And as
And
Joe's driving away with this woman, George is like, I kind of want to meet him at the gas station.
yeah, they're like, because obviously George is just trying to get him to get away from them so they
Yes.
can
Be
do
alive.
that. But then, yeah, right when he leaves, he's like, I don't
Barnes, is it
know.
crazy that I want to meet
It's
up
like,
with
and
him?
then they're like, we're so bad. Oh, this is like they're having some conversation about getting
Carl's Jr.
Charles
Because they're
Jr.
fries.
Yeah, and then they're like, okay, let's do it. We are so
They're
bad.
so bad. And then we see a sketch that their channel is blown up.
Hmm.
And so they're talking about that. And then we cut to that he's showing this sketch to Joe over like a Zoom or whatever they had in 2015, which was not Zoom yet.
Maybe
Um,
Skype.
yeah, Skype or whatever. And he shows it to Joe, who's in jail or
Which I
prison.
was also like with the video call thing. I guess you could have because they have to be able to talk to. I guess I don't know the rules of. Obviously, we don't know the rules of jail or prison.
We
But I
don't
was
know
like, are you
prison
allowed
rules.
to just like video chat with people? I know you
Well,
get phone
you always
calls.
hear phone calls. It seems like I just don't know why they would have had video chat back then in prison.
Yeah,
But maybe we don't know prison rules still.
we don't know. We're not
So
prison girlies.
we're not prison girlies yet. And they say that they love you to each other, and that's it.
And they say bye.
So
Um,
I
I
think I
kind of
stand
like.
by.
I like 3 to 6 months. I like up until
Boyfriend.
George finds somebody that he like seriously wants to be with.
Yeah.
And that could take, I mean, listen, he's a dumbass. He's a
So
comedian
dumb.
dating in LA. It could take a bit.
Anyone who gives him enough attention and is sort of quiet and shy is
Hmm.
his jam. Anything where he like gets to be the star, like you said earlier.
Yes, he did say at some point, he was like, I like that he just lets me be the center of attention. And
Yeah.
I think that that is what he needs. And so I
Yes.
do think that's a good pairing, just like not with a serial killer.
Yeah, that's all.
Just with
Just one little
someone who's
tweak.
like a little neurodivergent in like
Exactly.
a quiet way.
And it's a very findable, and it could even like get hot and heavy fast enough and not last a while. But the point is, it's just something else that will divert his attention for a bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. 3 to 6 months ish.
3 to 6 months, whenever George finds somebody that he
And
is ready to commit to.
do you think do you think George like is grown up enough to like officially break it off? Or do you think he just kind of like falls off?
Yikes. He might. I think that George, I actually, okay, George is overly honest in the way that I think he would actually break it off.
Yeah.
I don't think that he's avoidant.
But it
I
seems
think he's
so
stupid.
scary to tell a killer.
I know, but he's so
But he's
dumb.
dumb. Yeah, okay.
And he's in prison. Like, I could see him being like, hey, like, just so you know. And then, like, if Joe gets mad, he's like, okay.
Okay. Wow.
Weird
Listen,
that you're
we never
being
even had
weird.
sex. Okay?
Yeah.
Like,
Calm down.
yeah. It's wild. It's so fun. It's so interesting. So I guess Joe functionally is like he's like gay, but like asexual.
Yes.
But like romantic
Yeah, you can
in his own
be
way. Yeah.
like homo-romantic but asexual for
Yeah.
sure.
Which is fun.
Yeah. Love that for
Um,
him.
I feel like I say way back when, but not even that far back when. Like, I don't think I would have liked that we're making a gay guy a serial killer because I feel like they're trying to say that about people. But our whole cast is gay. It's a whole vibe. Let gay people be serial killers now. I'm all aboard with this.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I think that this could have been taken very, like, there were a few points where I was like, if it weren't for the rest of the cast, I would be like,
Yes.
is this some
Saying something
weird,
yucky.
like, oh, giving into your urges? That's what he keeps saying, like, oh, I'm just finally giving into my urges. And it's like, are
Yeah.
we comparing
This to
being
that.
gay to being a serial killer? And I don't think that's what
No.
this movie was doing, just based on who
Not at
created it.
all. The
But
whole cast is gay.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I would imagine that the person who wrote it is too, and directed it.
If not, they should just think about kissing someone, yeah?
They should just consider it because they definitely want to.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed it actually.
Yeah, I thought it was a fun time. It's very
Yeah.
like silly, very kind of
Yes.
campy.
Yes.
I love a super self-aware comedy, so
Yes.
yeah,
It
it
was
was a
great.
very good time.
Yeah. I
All
guess
right,
That's it.
this
This
is
has
Ben.
been When Harry
Dumped
Dumped Sally.
Sally. We're here every Tuesday.